My name is Sophie Clough, and I am the Collections and Research Assistant at the Cortland County Historical Society. Hell No, We Won't Glow is concerning the events that took place between 1988 and 1995 when citizens of Cortland County protested against a proposed radioactive waste dump in their area. This became a topic of personal interest just about a year ago when we conducted an oral history interview with Jim and Jean Weiss, who were members of Citizens Against Radioactive Dumping, abbreviated as CARD, and was my first exposure to the story in any kind of detail. I was fascinated by the example of the power of the people that the protesters demonstrated, as well as by the creativity utilized to spread their message in peaceful but powerful ways. This, of course, was most obvious in the costumes currently on display in CCHS, including my personal favorite, the woodchuck, which was worn by Jean Weiss after overhearing waste dump siting commissioners commenting on Cortland County residents as simply being a bunch of woodchucks. The costume for me really represents what the whole fight was about, which was overcoming stereotypes as uneducated country bumpkins and not allowing the government to cause harm to a community that they had expected would not put up a fuss. After the Weiss interview, I developed the idea to put together a reunion event for the protesters, which doubled as an opportunity to grow our collection of resources about the fight. Gary and Patty Michael, who were founding members of CARD, as well as of Don't Waste New York, provided some of the key resources used in the article, including the handwritten draft of a speech that Patty delivered before the Siting Commission where she called them terrorists, newspaper articles, meeting minutes, literature put out by CARD and Don't Waste New York to educate the community, as well as literature put out by the Siting Commission providing their perspective. There is another box of materials donated by other CARD members with more photos and reports, and the more that the collection grew, the more I felt the need to share this story. First, I digitized some of the highlights from these collections for upload to the New York Heritage site. I also developed the exhibit that opened with the reunion event held in the summer of 2022. And finally, after spending so much time absorbing the details of the fight, I was able to synthesize everything into an article that I hoped would serve as a condensed introduction to this story of victory from Cortland County's past. Given that all this would not have been possible without the growing archival collection, I felt that it would be appropriate that the story should be told in the New York Archives magazine, where I'd have the opportunity to advocate for the sources found at the Cortland County Historical Society. The article really is just an introduction, and there are so many interesting tidbits to be found in the papers so generously donated by the protesters involved in a fight that would have national significance.